Hey guys, I know some of you like these old rides, so I thought I'd give you a walk around and try and get this guy back up and running. Paint is pretty beat up. It's spent its entire life outside ever since it was painted back in 92, 3, 4, something like that. I lost track of when I actually did paint it. So some of the things I've done, um, differential is leaking all around the third member. So I went and pulled the third member out and cleaned that up. And of course, you do that, you start seeing universal joints that are wore out. So new universal joints on that. Of course, you have to pull the axles. So when you pull the axles, I immediately saw the axle seals were bad. So I went ahead and replaced all the axle seals and bearings. Not too bad under here. Transfer case was leaking and it was that plug. So I just went ahead and replaced all the plugs, made sure the threads are clean. Everything seems to be good after that. Let's see what's under the hood. So got rid of the stock air cleaner and put an open element. For you guys to do something like that, you got to be super careful. So I guess in addition, on this side I wound up breaking 3 valve springs, and I couldn't figure out why. The only thing I can contribute it to was so that breather in the factory configuration, it's got the rubber grommet that went into the carburetor, or I guess into the air cleaner. Well, all of that sits, including your air cleaner, right at the back. So all your water or anything that runs in there, this thing had sat so long that the rubber grommets and everything around that valve cover had cracked and shrunk up, so water was going in the valve cover, and everything over here was pretty darn rusty and just overall nasty. So the valves moved fine, well, and that wouldn't cause a valve spring to break anyway. It would have to be a lifter or something like that was hung up, and that's entirely possible. The oil was really, really nasty, so I've run some Auto RX through it. I've changed oil a couple times. It's cleaned up, but it's already done a lot of damage too. I pulled a couple lifters, and they're no longer convex but concave, so they're starting to wear, and then that could happen pretty quickly with the flat tappet. So it's going to be due for a rebuild. To check the compression, I think most cylinders are right around 100 to 110. It should be better than that, but it starts and does what it needs to do for now. Of course, you let them sit long enough, the first thing that goes is going to be the master cylinder, so it's got a new master cylinder on it. Only had to replace one wheel cylinder on the back rear, right hand side. Probably going to put a electric fan in there, so I just left the fan, the shroud off for now. Besides that, it's a whole lot nicer to work on when you don't have to worry about sticking your hand in the fan. Give it a little start. Pump the this side would be a little bit louder. It didn't have that crossover. took the vacuum line off. I don't know what I was doing back in the day, but at least the way it runs right now, if I connect that vacuum up, I'm getting too much advance as the RPMs go up, so I'll figure that out. Had to go through and fix all the exhaust hangers. Of course, all the rubber on that rots out and breaks, but it doesn't do too bad now. I have a feeling the cam is probably flattened out a little bit. It doesn't do too bad. Not bad for a truck that's been around the block a time or two. Well, hope everyone's having a good time. We'll see if I can post something up here in the future. Have a good one. Bye.